Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Mark.
I'm down here in the creek with our next plant. This one is Baccharis salicifolia. It's the third minimum rank taxon, Baccharis, that we've learned, the second species. And this one is very distinctive from the first Baccharis we learned, Baccharis pilularis. The common name for this is willow leaf Baccharis or mule fat. And the scientific name, Baccharis salicifolia, you might recognize. Salicifolia refers to salix. So it has salix-like leaves, salicifolia. So the leaves on Baccharis salicifolia are alternate. They're long, linear leaves, kind of like a willow. And the habitat where this plant grows is almost exclusively along riverbanks. Also, the form of the shrub is pretty distinctive. It has many long branches emerging from the base, and part of this is because you can chop the plant all the way down to its base, and it'll resprout from the root and continue to grow up. And that's kind of like you could say an adaptation to seasonal water flow as it's growing here in this dry wash. It could grow and be really nice and green when the water is here, but it can die back when the water is absent. I forgot to say the family. The family is Asteraceae, the sunflower family. And you wouldn't guess that unless it had some of these flowering stalks left over. If you look at them, they look like just like the remaining portion of the base of a sunflower-like flower, just the receptacle, which is kind of like the dinner plate on which the ray florets and the disc florets of a classic sunflower are attached. It has the name mule fat because the leaves are they're very nutritious. So presumably people fed their mules on it, and the mules got really fat. But the willow leaf common name is also super appropriate because it's really eerily willow-like. When it's fully green and growing, you could potentially even confuse this with the willow, but willows are trees. They often have a central trunk, and they also have those distinctive, mango or chili look-alike buds pressed to the stem, and this is completely lacking those. It's also weirdly willow-like in that if you cut the stems and you put them in water, they'll sprout roots really quickly, just like willows do. So this is Baccharis salicifolia, the willow leaf Baccharis in the Asteraceae. It has alternate, simple, linear leaves. Forgot to say, but they're slightly serrated if you look closely, and that's a characteristic that holds in the sunflower.
I guess the one thing I'll add, if you can hear me, is just that the thing that makes it like the other Baccharis is the leaf texture is similar to coyote brush, and then also has the 3 veins coming out on the bottom of the leaf, kind of like coyote brush does.
The leaves are kind of covered in this waxy, glutinous substance, and another name for this that's been applied in some cases is Baccharis glutinosa, because it has kind of that shiny, waxy look to it. And you can see the serrations too.
Great.